Hello there, and welcome to part 10 of the Ultimate Guide to Dark Souls. So today we are doing the Asylum. We're going back to it. So before we do that, we want to head off to
Was it you who rang the bell of awakening?
And
I am the
primordial
primordial serpent, King
the next few videos are actually going to be us covering the optional areas of Dark Souls.
Undead, who has rung the bell of awakening.
Yeah, we're going to get started with that.
To elucidate
place the
your
Lord Vessel, you want to talk to the
reason
here.
your kind
Now,
have
obviously,
appeared.
this guide is not showing you how to get to the Dark Wraiths,
Your
where you
fate
don't talk to Framp,
is to
so
succeed
just
the
mention
great
that
Lord
here.
Gwyn, so that you may link the
Yeah,
fire.
so
Cast
once
away
we
the
place the Lord
dark.
Vessel, we're going to go back to the Undead Asylum. We'll just go back to the Asylum to get the ring,
Let us
the
take that vessel
busted
on
iron
a
ring.
journey. I assume that
in
you
the
are
Depths
ready.
video, I think it was,
Now,
just before we went to
be
Blighttown.
still.
But for those who missed that, this is showing us how to do this, and we're going to get our last Titanite chunk and our Titanite slab that we need. We get the slab off doing the boss in the Asylum, and this is the perfect time to do him, simply because we want to be able to get our Lightning Halberd +5, which is going to be taking us through the rest of the game essentially. Right, is there anything else to mention? Yeah, there's a few other items that we'll be picking up, such as the Crest Shield from Oscar, and there is also a few Black Knights that we want to take care of as well, and they're going to give us some more Titanite chunks as well. After this video, we'll be moving on to the Great Hollow, where we'll be showing you how to get all the items and all the crystal lizards, especially doing it in an optimum route through the Great Hollow as well, so we also worked that out for you as well, so the Great Hollow is not going to be a problem for you anymore. So, what else is there? Yeah, again, this isn't going to be a Snuggly the Crow guide, so although we'll be trading with Snuggly the Crow, we're not going through all the items as of yet, that'll be coming later. So now that we've placed the Lord Vessel, the areas that have been blocked off with the orange mist, they become accessible. What you need to note is, remember that down in the New Londo ruins there was no orange mist, so obviously you don't need to place the Lord Vessel, and you can go down to New Londo ruins and beat the 4 kings before doing this, if you so want. So now we're going to warp from the Lord Vessel and we're going to go back to Firelink, and then we can make our way to the Asylum. The Asylum's easy enough to get to, although how anybody fucking figured that out? I mean, who was really doing that? You know, the first ever person. So right, we want to run up here to where Petrus was, or is, and then we run up the side there as well. And essentially we just head back to the lift here. Once we've went up the lift, we want to roll onto the little platform at the top of it. So next we need to get the key that's on the rooftop. So now what we want to do is jump over there. So you can roll or you can jump, but rolling's probably a bit easier. Now you can get back from the key without having to go all the way around again. I think this video shows you how to do that. Right, we've got the key, and you can do this. You can go onto this ledge here, just walk straight ahead, if you can angle it properly, yeah. And then that saves you having to go all the way around again, so you can just walk over and round, which is a nice little tip. Then we walk up here, and then we rest in the nest for a bit, and then the crow will come and take us to the Asylum. Eventually the crow will come and pick you up once you've been rolled into a ball. Eventually, at some point, he really likes to take his fucking time when he does it. Sometimes it'll take like 30 seconds for him to show up, sometimes it'll be like 5. But yeah, there we go, finally he's decided to move his stupid arse. So you'll be treated with this little cutscene, and then that'll take you to the Asylum. And then this is how you'll get back there, like every single time. Now you need to remember that you definitely have to pick that key up, otherwise you can't get the Rusted Iron Ring, because that is the key that opens the door to it, and you really want the Rusted Iron Ring. It's useful for a bunch of things throughout the game, mainly Blighttown, so getting it before Blighttown is definitely a useful idea, and it just makes like when you're searching for items and stuff just that little bit easier, even though you don't really need it. But it just, you know, just makes the game a little bit bearable, cuts you a bit of slack. So the hollows are a little bit stronger than the hollows that you've been used to. They'll hit for quite a bit of damage, and then they'll do like a stupid charge attack, which will do like, you'll just cut off like so much of your health. So just watch out for that, but they're still easy enough and take like a hit to kill, so you're safe. Now, don't run straight ahead through the courtyard because you'll fall through the floor and then you'll be lumped straight into the boss battle. Run around it and then go to the bonfire before you do it. Alright, okay, so we are taking care of the Black Knights first before we do anything else. That's fair enough, so we'll just do the boss last here. Black Knights are easy and they all give guaranteed drops in the ore that they give. They can be a little bit of a pain because you have to first them in like a small area, but they're going to give you nowhere near the amount of hassle that they used to. Obviously for the Boulder Shield it's really good because you can block their attacks easily and then just bang, bang, and he's down. So he gives you a red one. Obviously you use that for like fire and chaos weapons. Fair enough, suppress self-explanatory. So then we carry on and we'll be off to Oscar now, I think. Yeah. Remember that's the guy that gave you the Estus and the key at the beginning, and he's went hollow, so you just need to kill him. He's easy enough, he's just like beating any other humanoid enemy. I guess he can be a little bit tanky, but I'm pretty sure this just Chaos Fireball and basically just dies after that. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, it's easy. If you come here before Blighttown, then it'll give you it'll be a bit more of a pain in the arse, but that's really it. It's just a bit more of a pain in the arse. Now the Crest Shield is really good. This in conjunction with the Boulder Shield, I got to bear two main shields. This has insane magic defense and it still gives 100 physical. So it complements the Boulder Shield really well because the Boulder Shield's good for all the stuff the Crest Shield isn't good for, blah blah blah. So yeah, now we've got the shields that we'll be using through the game, and we're going to move on. Next we'll be doing another Black Knight. Oh yeah, no, I think we'll go up and get the key now. Yeah, so just watch out for the trap. I think I'll just tank through it because I don't care. And I might have dodged it. The video paused. I couldn't actually see it because I'm running on silent mode, so my processor's a bit slow, so the video's laggy. Anyway, when we run around here, sure you remember this bit, and then you'll go into that room with the two shielded hollows, and then you go through the door, and that'll be you with the Rusted Iron Ring. Again, the enemies should not give you any problems. Now, I think that's quite funny because the Asylum Demon here is actually quite difficult. Well, he's really fucking easy actually if you know how, but he's difficult when you first go to face him. You're just like, this is fucking impossible, but nah, he's easy. However, he does have one of the highest health of any boss in the game, but you do so much damage with your lightning halberd that really you don't need to give a fuck. So that's us. Now we'll be going down to the courtyard with that bonfire. Here's where we opened the gate, right at the beginning of the game, just to make our lives that little bit easier right now. Anyway, are we doing the boss now? Yeah, right. So you want to equip the Crest Shield, the Dragon Crest Shield, because apparently this guy's attacks are actually fire damage, which is weird because the Fire Sage's demons attacks are actually magic damage, which is something I've heard. Not necessarily true for sure, because I'm good at beating him, so what the fuck. But if you want to block his attacks, which you shouldn't be doing, you should be dodging all of this guy's attacks, then yeah, this shield is probably your best bet. So this guy is really easy to do. you're actually better off not locking on him because it means you're easier to dodge. It's easier for you to dodge his attacks. What you want to do is simply just try and copy the moves. If he raises his arms up like in front of him, he's going to do that very effect engine. Do damage. Yeah, exactly what he's doing here. Away, run back, and then you hit him, and then just repeat till he's dead. You might turn around and try and hit him with his axe, which will do a bunch of damage, or just like dodge. I think if you roll forward, you can dodge and miss it. Does the attack where he's throwing explode at him, like what he's doing here, just run past him, and that's really your best bet. You caught me off guard there, but so you can block that slam attack as well, but I'd rather not block it, I'd just rather dodge it myself. So yeah, when he's doing that attack, just run straight past him and shoot him. What you can do is, if you hit in front of him, he'll do that thing where he will come to face you, then what you do is you run around him. Yeah, what he's doing here, right, so you run away a little bit, you dodge his slam attack, you run back, you hit him, and then you'll end up getting caught in a loop, and start doing the arse slam attack. Just keep dodging out, dodging in, like that. And then he'll be a fucking piece of piss. Especially if you've got a good weapon on you, you'll be doing a lot of damage as well. So the lightning pad would really make short work of him, especially with heavy attack because it hits twice. So that is a good weapon to use for this guy. So that's him done, and that was easy as all hell. So then you're rewarded with your all essential Titanite slab. So now you can get the fuck out of here and defeat the last Black Knight, and then you're back off to Violink. Oh no, because we need to get Snuggly as well, so yeah, not quite yet. So we go through here, and the Black Knight is down where you got the... Oh, it's down where you started. Another item that I forgot to mention is we want to be getting the Peculiar Ball at this point, because that's how we get to the Painted World of Ariamis, and that is a long ass guide because there is a lot of good items there, so we highly recommend going there if you can. Yeah, so just take care of this other Black Knight. Again, he's easy. Chaos, fire, pyromancy. In fact, no, don't use pyromancies because they're actually strong against fire because they've got really high fire defense. But I mean, even like using the pyromancies, like the chaos ones, still do like so much damage. So I think you're fine anyway, really. But yeah. So apparently we got the Black Knight sword there, and it's not too bad. It's a good weapon. It really is. It's like above average, definitely. It's kind of like a slightly better claymore, but the claymore is a bit more robust because, you know, you can make it like fire or lightning and stuff, and doesn't have as much stat investment and things like that. Plus the claymore has I think it's a slightly better moveset as well, because it doesn't have the really slow attacks that the Black Knight weapons are actually plagued with. So we've got the Peculiar Doll, we killed the Black Knight, we got all the shit, and now we are off to Snuggly to get our last Titanite chunk. Yeah. Now, we need that one Titanite chunk to get, obviously, the Lightning Halberd, but in that sense, to get that we want to trade the one rubbish that we got back in the Undead Bird. That is the only use for that item, is to trade it to Snuggly to get a Titanite chunk. So essentially it's a Titanite chunk, not a rubbish. Do you know what I mean? What else? There's not much else to say. I mean, that is pretty much the asylum done right there. However, there is a few more minutes left of the video. It's like 19 minutes, so like 5 minutes left, so I can't remember what else I have to say, so I'm just gonna keep commentating. So yeah, to get Snuggly's items to work, what you do is you go into the nest, which is located here on your right, and you go into the nest and you drop the item in it, you quit out, and then you load back in again, and then the new item should appear for you to pick up. As you should know, if you drop an item anywhere and you quit out and you come back, the item's gone, but if you do it in the nest and you do it correctly, make sure it's in the nest, when you load back up, you'll have the new item there for you to pick up. Yeah, so you can get a lot of really good things with Snuggly, like a lot of good shit. so he's definitely good. It's good for getting rid of redundant items that you don't need, then you can just get good things. So yeah, he's definitely a helpful thing. It's also a little throwback to Demon Souls, because Snuggly was in that, and you could do the same thing, drop an item and get new stuff. Yeah, so what else is there to say? I mean, the Asylum is really just, it is one of the optional areas in the game, along with, next we do the Great Hollow and the Ash Lake, which are both optional areas. We do Arianis, and then we start to do Darkroot Basin, and then we move on to Darkroot Gardens, where we defeat Sith, and that is how we go through this area. Just after Anne Orlando is probably the best time to do the optional stuff, because it will set you up for the harder things later on.
Soft.
It lets you do the optional stuff, get your levels up and things like that, and then when you end up going to defeat Sith and the 4 Lord bosses, they'll be a total walk in the park. They just do not give us any hassle whatsoever. And when we planned out our character, we planned it out so we level up our intelligence a little bit as well, and leveling up our intelligence allows us to use the cast light spell for Tomb of the Giants and things like that. So yeah, I mean, definitely recommend doing the optional areas just to get the items and things, because it makes your life a hell of a lot easier. Yeah, so we got our Titanite chunk, and that is us for the Asylum. I do not know what I'm doing with the camera right now. I think Stephen was talking to me and I was just buggering about. But yeah, right, so I think we're back off to Firelight now, which is fair enough. And the crow is going to take us back now. You just do the same thing. You go into the nest and crouch, the crow will take you back. And then, so yeah, the next video will be us going down to Blighttown. Sadly, fucking hate going there, but going down to Blighttown and then going off to the Great Hollow. And we'll show you where to get everything in the Great Hollow and the easiest ways to do it. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube that show you how to get the items, how to get the crystal lizards, but this is going to show you how to get all the items, how to get the crystal lizards, and how to do it all in the minimum amount of time possible as well. So yeah, you can thank me spending like 3.5 hours in the Great Hollow, just like, where does all this fucking shit lead to, for that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it for the video. Like, I don't think there's anything else. So I think I'm just going to leave the rest of the voiceover, and that'll be it for the video. So I guess I'll see you next time, because it's just going to be us running back to the bonfire now. So I hope you enjoyed this. It's just a little aside video. It should be informative enough, and I'll see you in the next one. See you. Oh, rate, comment and subscribe as well, because it inflates my ego to massive levels.